You know, this YouTube channel is. What's going on, everybody? I'm Kenneth.
I'm Jasmine.
And we are walking with the Williams. And so today, what we want to start doing is, hey, get away. Sorry, my son is here, and so is here in the background. So
you'll probably hear all types of background
noise. You hear our son doing all types of great stuff. So it's fine. But today we wanted to kind of bring something to you all. There was a post that was sent to us from a friend of ours. Shout out to Kenya.
Kenya.
Yeah, shout out to Kenya. Oh, we need to know her page. We should probably put it up here.
I'm gonna put her page.
Yeah, she tries on clothes and stuff like that, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty dope. But we want to go ahead and give our opinion on this situation. So go ahead.
So she sent us this. It's like a Twitter thread, and the first girl says, "I'm dating to marry. I want a family, not a little relationship." And then the girl responds, and she says, "I've learned dating to marry allows you to put up with BS because you visualize a future and aren't focused on the now. Date to be happy, and if happiness turns into marriage, you get it. You're getting exactly what you wanted." And so we have talked about dating to marry before, like me and him together, and my thought on this is that you have to be dating, you have to know your intention for dating. Okay, that's the first thing. So both of these ladies could kind of be right, but it depends on your intention for dating. And so, like, my thought is, if you're like in the early 20s, you just like dating to have fun, you trying to figure out, what do you want? Do I want to be married? Do I not want to be married? And he's kind of going to say different, and then maybe your late 20s, early 30s, when you're like, okay, I'm ready to be married, then you are dating more with the purpose to be married. But I think the biggest thing is, like, what is your purpose? This first girl, it's clear that her purpose is to get married. Mm-hmm. Maybe the second girl, for a long time, she dated without a purpose, and so she's found herself hurt in that because she didn't date with a purpose. She didn't understand the people that she was dating, their purpose as well, and so maybe she got hurt in that. And I kind of think she's projecting her hurt a little bit in this response, but you know, it's okay. We all do it. And so just have, what is your purpose? What is your purpose for that? You need to figure that out. Not based on somebody's tweet, Instagram, but you need to figure out, if you want to date to marry, do it. If marriage is your goal, then that's fine. But for some people, marriage is not the goal. And that is also okay. And we need to stop making people feel like they need to get married to be happy. Because you can be married and very unhappy. And marriage does not mean that all of a sudden whatever is wrong is going to get better the day that you say I do. Mm-hmm. It will get more difficult. Okay.
Yeah.
What you think?
I think you know, before, like you were talking about the ages, I think
shout out to the Robe Gang.
Lord,
you guys know I love a robe. Specifically just this one.
What I was thinking when I first heard this thing was, I was thinking to myself, you know, I wonder how old they are, mm-hmm. right? Like, I wonder how old they are, because some people believe that when the people are younger, that they just want to have fun and things like that. And then when you get older, that's when you're looking for your husband. But I don't like to put an age on marriage, mm-hmm. Because I do understand, and I have seen people who have gotten married young, right? Real young, and they're still together, mm-hmm. you know, and it's not you. Again, but I believe that those two people, their intent was to be married to somebody, mm-hmm. right? And I think that, like you said it, I think the intent, what is your intention when you're dating, right? And I think that you do need to say that up front, mm-hmm. because if I'm out there dating, I need to know, what are you looking for? Mm-hmm. Are you looking for somebody just to have fun with? Are you looking for a friend? Are you looking for somebody to be your
sugar daddy?
Sugar daddy, life mate. You know what I mean? Husband, wife, whatever. And I would want to know that up front, because the questions would be different, mm-hmm. right? If you're looking to just have fun, normally our conversations are going to be really light. Why? Because I understand that over time I'm going to ask you enough questions, or you're going to show me your personality, and then I'll learn that way. But when your intent is to marry somebody, I think that your questions are going to be different. Mm-hmm. You are going to ask very critical questions. And if my intent is the same as yours, I'm okay with that.
Mm-hmm.
But if my intent is not the same as yours, and you go real heavy with the questions, and I'm like, dang, I'm just over here just trying to see where this kind of go. Now I'm turned off.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I mean? And then that person now, it's like, yeah, you doing too much. I'm gonna go over here and go.
And then the other person is offended because their intent wasn't the same.
Mm-hmm.
Where if you would have, oh thanks, if you would have asked those questions and got that, that's where like communication is very, very important before you get to marriage. Like you need to be communicating about these things when you are dating, because
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's how a lot of people's heart gets broken, because they're like, well, I thought that we was going to. You thought that. You gotta stop thinking. You gotta know. You gotta have conversations, and don't try to force somebody's intention to be the same as yours.
Mm-hmm.
If their goal is not to get married, okay, they might have been
previous video.
Yeah. Like I'll put that there. If their intent is not to get married, you can't force them to want to get married and say, "Oh, you should marry me because da da da." They don't want to get married, so it doesn't matter what you say, and then you'll be stuck in a marriage with somebody who didn't want to marry you in the first place. And so you have to be very careful about that, and that's why we keep saying, like, what is your intention? What is your intention? Know what it is, and if it's to get married, don't waste your time on people who don't want to get married.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's what's happening in a lot of relationships. People are wasting their time on people that you think you can change their mind about it. Well, if he dates me long enough, or she dates me long enough, or they date me long enough, they're going to want to get married.
That is not the case. Some people, let me tell you something.
Some people don't want to get married, and that is okay. Let's stop forcing people to get married.
Now, I do believe that people's minds can change.
Yes.
I do believe that people's minds can change. But I think that, like, if you're trying to get married now, and this person's like, man, I'm not trying to get married until my 40s. Are you just gonna be single until this person wants to be married? I just don't believe that. Like, and sometimes it takes people longer than usual. I mean, it took us 10 years before we got married, and a lot happened in between those 10 years. But I think that those things needed to happen. But I think what made this the second leg of of when we got back together, it was now we're older. We have been dating each other for a long time. It became one of those things for us. It was like, either I'm gonna leave you alone or I'm gonna marry you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think that, like, when you will know when you're ready for that, and that's with the same intent that you needed to have. You know, that I was gonna have going back out into the dating world.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when we weren't together. But I knew that that's what I wanted, right? And so I wasn't gonna be talking to people for long periods of time and just, you know, doing whatever. What is your intention? Because I don't care how. I really don't care if this ain't gonna go nowhere, because I'm not trying to be in an entanglement. That's how I was. I was just like, I don't know, you know. But when we got back together, I knew it was one of those things where it was no longer date her for another 10 years. It was, my intent was,
like, we were literally in a car coming back from Thanksgiving, and I was like, let's get married next year.
She was like, I'm tired. She was like, what are we waiting for? And I was like, what do you mean? She said, what are we waiting for? We've been dating for 10 years. We did the long distance thing for 2 years. We weren't even driving. Were we driving back to Memphis? We were driving back to Memphis. And I think this was our...
in November, and we got married in next March.
Yep, and Jasmine was like...
I was like, I don't need an engagement. I don't need a ring.
Yeah,
we get married in March.
Get married in March, like, or we, like.
What's
and
the
I
next
was
break?
Like,
okay, that's what we're getting.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, let's do it.
Because we knew we wanted to do it, or there would have been no.
Well, I wouldn't continue dating her.
No, it would have been like, hey, how you doing? I'm good. Okay, good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, so I said all of that. We said all of that to say, man.
Date with intention.
Date with
intention. Or know your intention in dating.
And it will stop a lot of hurt.
I think so too.
I think that if you know what you're looking for.
The thing that might mess people up is that sometimes I feel like maybe people get emotions caught up and they're like, oh, well, I think I want to date this person to marry them. And then, like you said, it changes and they don't communicate that to the person. But that's why it's important to communicate this. If you're having like communication troubles at the beginning when you're dating, then that's going to drag into the marriage. So just be like weary of that when you are dating people.
Yeah.
We really want to hear you guys' opinion on this. Again, like, should people be dating to marry? Should you just date to live in the now and be happy? Like we said, we believe it depends on what your own intention and purpose is, not the opinions of others. But we're also curious to know what you think about this. Have you been dating to marry? If you are married before you got married, were you dating to marry, or was it just to have fun? And like either way, that's okay. Like, no judgment. If you don't desire to get married, that's perfectly fine.
Mm-hmm.
Date to have fun. There's a lot of people out there.
Yeah.
And I feel like some people would disagree with that statement, but we're sticking by it. So, Vlogmas has been fun. It's been hard some days to get videos out, but it's been super, super fun. So if you have been enjoying the Vlogmas videos, please make sure you like, have a dialogue with us in the comments. We love talking back, liking you all's comments. Share the video with other people. Maybe you know people in this situation that have dated people with different intentions, or they're just dating and don't really know if they want to get married or not. Maybe go ahead and share this, and we want to hear from all those different opinions.
Yeah. So.
Oh, and subscribe.
Like, share, subscribe, comment down below. Comment down below everything. We want you to go ahead and send this out to everybody that you know. Hopefully, if you want. But we hope you enjoyed the video.
Peace out.
Peace.